Welcome to the lecture series on electronic devices. So we are into the module 4 where we are learning FETs, JFET and MOS FETs. So in the previous uh, lecture, we have seen capacitance voltage characteristics, that too ideally how the characteristics look, right? So before moving further, we will revise the things. Today's agenda is frequency effects on capacitance voltage characteristics. So we people know that what happens when we apply some potential at the gate, right? This is the gate, this is the oxide, this is the semiconductor. Gate means it is metal, right? So when we apply negative potential, negative charges will develop across the metal. These things we know, right? And the equal opposite charges will be accumulated on the junction or the boundary of oxide and substrate. When we apply positive potential, positive charges will develop across the metal or the gate, but uh, we don't find equal amount of negative charges in the boundary, on the boundary between the oxide and semiconductor. Why? Because this is p type we have taken, and in p type we have electrons as minority carriers, not majority carriers. Hence we find that there is some depletion region which is shaded, a portion shown here, right? And we know always electric field is from positive to negative, so holes will be repelled away, right? And few electrons they may be attracted, very few electrons. And there is depletion region. Why? Because there are negatively charged ions present in this near the boundary, right? So we have also seen the concept of band bending, and when we apply negative potential, yes, negative charges will develop here, and holes will be accumulated. Holes will be accumulated in the valence band that is shown here, right? So plus 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 indicates the holes, accumulation of holes. And when we apply positive potential, positive charges will develop here, but the holes will be repelled away. Hence the count of holes it is decreasing, right? That is indicated by the band bending. Similarly, if we apply more positive potential, right, large positive potential, then the band will bend more, right? These things we have seen. And when we take the n-type semiconductor, the band bending will be reversed. Why? Because the material is reversed, right? So yesterday we have seen these things. Uh, the metal, this is the metal, oxide and semiconductor, which is p-type, right? So when we apply negative potential, the holes will be accumulated, right? Where the holes will be accumulated? They will be accumulated in the valence band, right? And the band bending, it is upwards, indicating increase in the number of holes. And here what we are seeing, the there is some charge q, right? And when we slowly increase the voltage, right, when we slowly increase the negative voltage, some additional charge will develop, which is represented by this dq, right? And on the other side, because we have p-type semiconductor, holes are the majority carriers. The earlier charge was plus q here. As I have increased the voltage slowly, some additional charge has been accumulated, which is again given by dq, right? And what is this process? It is called as accumulation. This phenomenon, it is called as accumulation. What is being accumulated? Majority carriers, which are holes, are being accumulated here, right? They are being accumulated near the boundary between oxide and semiconductor. So if we try to find out the capacitance C of accumulation, that is capacitance under accumulation, it will be nothing but C ox. What is C ox? It is the capacitance due to the oxide, okay, which is given by epsilon O x divided by TOX, where TOX is the thickness, right? When we come to the other case where we apply positive potential here, what will happen? The holes will be repelled away, right? Hence the band is bending downwards, correct? And there will be some depletion region because there are very few electrons. Because this is p-type semiconductor, I have already explained you, the electrons, they will not be attracted. The more number of electrons cannot be attracted because more number of electrons are not at all there. Okay, they are minority in numbers. Hence a depletion region will develop, and that depletion region, it is shown here, right? And now the capacitance, it will be the series capacitance. Yesterday we have seen that, right? So it will be series capacitance, and we have applied the formula. This is the formula. The two capacitors connected in series, it is given by 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2, right? If we simplify that, we will get Cox into CSD divided by Cox plus CSD. And if you substitute, if you again simplify it, right, we can write the same equation in this way, and just substitute for Cox, which is epsilon ox by Tox, we'll get this equation, correct? So these equations I had written, yesterday, but this equation was not shown. You can note down this also, right? And we have something called as C minimum. What is that? C minimum is when the depletion width it is maximum, then we get C minimum. Why? Because if the distance between the two plates it is maximum, then only the capacitance will be minimum, right? And when this difference or the distance between the two plates will be maximum, when the depletion width will be maximum, at that time we will get maximum width of the dielectric, right? At that time, the capacitance will be minimum. Hence, it is written as C dash minimum, which is given by epsilon naught by Tox plus epsilon naught by epsilon S into x dt. What is this x dt? X dt is nothing but some addition. This is the width of the depletion region, x dt. Right. And this is the third case. In third case, we have seen we are increasing the positive potential very large. They are giving a very large positive potential. So due to that positive potential, what happens? More number of holes will be repelled away, right? More number of holes will be repelled away, and the depletion width it will be more. The depletion width it will be more. But one thing we have to note here, right? See what I am doing here, I am increasing the potential. And when I'm increasing the potential, it depends how I am increasing the potential. Am I increasing the potential very quickly, or I am increasing the potential slowly? Two things comes into picture. Now, if I increase the potential very quickly, that indicates the high frequency. Okay, high frequency means what? Change in signal is very fast. And if I increase the potential, this positive potential slowly, then it comes under low frequency, right? It comes under low frequency. That means slowly I am changing the potential, correct? Now the graph of capacitance versus voltage, it depends on this frequencies. Okay, for high frequency it will be different, and for low frequency it will be different. Why it will be different? See, when I give very high frequency, at that time, high frequency means what? This signal is changing very abruptly, very fast. Okay, very quickly the signal is changing. So when the signal is changing very quickly, right? The electrons, they cannot be attracted very quickly here. Why? Because they are the minority carriers, right? And they require some time to be attracted. So at that time, when I am changing the signal very high, very quickly, that is at the high frequency, right? The electrons, more number of electrons, they cannot come here at the junction. That is one case. and when I change the frequency slowly, or when I change the voltage signal slowly, at that time, that slow change in voltage, it can attract the electrons uh, more in number near the boundary. Why it is so? Because see, I had given you the example in the one of the previous classes. Suddenly, if somebody says you to change the class, say move from block number 17 to 18, suddenly within 10 seconds you have to do it. It is not possible, right? Why it is not possible? Because you need some time for traveling, right? To move from one class to the other class, you will require some time. If that sufficient time is given to you people, then you can efficiently shift from one block to the other block. But if somebody tells you, no, no, within 2 seconds you have to change, you have to just shift, it is not possible, right? Practically, it is not possible. So the same thing is here. Electrons, they require some time to come back, or they being attracted, right? So if that time is given to them, then only you can see that negative charges may develop here. Okay, if that sufficient time is not given, then you may not find the negative charges up to the mark. Are you following? Others, are you following? Okay. So our graph, it changes. It depends on frequency. For low frequency, the graph will be different, and for high frequency, the graph will be different, right? So here I have the graph. Yesterday I had explained you this graph also. During accumulation, the capacitance will be maximum. Why it will be maximum? Because what happens in accumulation? Here I give negative charge, negative potential. So negative charge will be accumulated here due to the negative potential, and what happens, the equivalent number of holes will be accumulated on the other side, correct? And what when this happens, we have equal and opposite charges on the plate of the capacitor, and there is no depletion region also. Okay, hence what we say that the capacitance is maximum, because more charges are there, more capacitance. Very simple funda, right? And what happens in the other case, when I give positive potential here, right? When I give positive potential, what will happen? More number of negative charges cannot be accumulated on the other side of the parallel mm, other side of the plate. Okay, so more number of charges, negative charges, cannot be accumulated, cannot come there. Why they cannot come? Because minority carriers. Okay, electrons are minority carriers. Hence what is happening, there is imbalance, correct? There is imbalance. Say if here 1000 positive charges are there, then we may find here 50 or 100, that's it. Okay, 50. So there is difference, hence the capacitance, it decreases. And also, I said you there is one more capacitor formed here due to the depletion region. Hence, the overall capacitance, it decreases. Yesterday I had given you the example, 1k into 1k by 1k plus 1k. It will make 0.5k. That means the equivalent quantity, it decreases whenever anything is applied on this formula, right? Therefore, the capacitance, it is decreasing. You can see here, right? And this decrease in capacitance, it is due to the depletion. Why it is decreasing? Because of this formula, right? And why that formula is coming? Because it is connected in series. The capacitances, they are connected in series. Why they are connected in series? Because there is depletion region, hence one more capacitance is coming into picture. But in this case, first case, there was no extra capacitance, only one capacitance, right? Therefore, in the second case, when I give positive potential here, the overall capacitance, it decreases. So this is called as accumulation, the first one. In the depletion mode, the capacitance, it is falling down. Correct? It is falling down, right? And this is the minimum capacitance. This is the minimum capacitance. This level, it is minimum capacitance. In the previous slide, we have seen the formula for C minimum. Right, that C minimum is epsilon ox by TOX plus epsilon naught by epsilon s into x dt. What is x dt? Width of the depletion region. So this is the C minimum, right? Now, just now I had said you that this graph depends on frequency. This graph depends on frequency. And I said you there are two frequencies, high frequency and low frequency. So when I give low frequency, I said you that there is some sufficient time for the electrons to get accumulated on the other side. Okay. So electrons, they can be accumulated if sufficient time is given. That means for low frequency. Right? High frequency means what? Very fast. So if I give low frequency, then few electrons, they will be attracted, they get sufficient time to develop, right? And in that case, we say that the capacitance is recovering. Means what? The charges on left hand side and right hand side, they are trying to become equal. That means if I give low frequency, the graph will increase slowly, right? It is increasing here, right? If I give high frequency, then there is no time for the charge carriers to get accumulated here, so the capacitance, it will remain as it is, right? This case, second case repeats. Here there are 1000 charge carriers, here there are 50 charge carriers, capacitance is less, correct? But if I change the signal slowly, that is for low frequency, electrons will get some time to get accumulation, okay, to get accumulated on the other plate, and that creates sufficient charge on both the sides, right? And therefore the capacitance, it tries to recover, right? So this graph, this part of the graph, it is for low frequency, and this part of the graph, which is okay, let me clear erase it so that it is visible. So here this part of the graph, it is for low frequency, and this part of the graph, it is for high frequency. Understanding? Yes or no? Okay, okay. So we are what we are studying, we are studying, actually yesterday we have studied the capacitance voltage curve, capacitance voltage curve, how capacitance changes when we change the voltage, right? This graph is also indicating the same thing. If the, see, this is 0, okay, this is 0, so left hand side of the 0 we get negative value, right? So negative value of voltage, whenever negative is given, what happens? Accumulation happens. So this is accumulation during negative voltage. And when we give the positive voltage after 0, when we give the positive voltage on right hand side, what happens? The depletion region will happen. This is second case. Let me write it the downside. This is second case. When I give positive potential, the enough charges will not be developed, hence the capacitor is decreasing as I am increasing the voltage, correct? But if I increase the voltage, if I give very large voltage, right? If I give very large voltage, then I have two different scenarios. This large voltage means this increase in voltage. If I am changing it very fast, then the capacitance cannot move up. It remains at the C minimum only. Why? Because there is no sufficient time given to the electrons to return back or come on the other plate of the capacitor. But when I give sufficient time, that means if I give low frequency, yes, the capacitance will rise up. Why it will rise? Because the electrons are getting sufficient time to come back, right? And there is huge potential given here, because of which also the electrons are being attracted. But for attraction, yes, they require some time. If you give some time, yes, capacitance will rise. Otherwise, it will not rise. Is it understood? Yes, please reply. Okay, so here we have two, basically we have three parts. This is case one, yes, that is accumulation. This is case two, which is nothing but depletion, correct? And third one is inversion. In inversion, we have again two divisions in that. One is moderate inversion and the second one is strong inversion. Okay, strong inversion means what? Strong inversion. What do you mean by inversion? Opposite. Okay, what is opposite of plus? Opposite of plus is minus. Correct. So minus should come. All minus should come. That means it is strong inversion, strong opposition. If very less minus comes here, in response to this plus, right? At that time it is moderate inversion. So we have two things. When there is moderate inversion, the capacitance is not that much. Let me clear the screen. Okay, when there is a moderate inversion, means what? Moderate inversion means what? Half inversion, right? Not full inversion. So at that time, the capacitance will not be up to the mark. When there is complete inversion, when there is complete, say here I have the two plates of capacitor. Here there are say 1000 charges as I had said you, but here if there are only 100 charges, that means what? It is moderate inversion, right? And if I, so if there are only 100 charges here, it is moderate inversion, so the capacitance will be low. Why it will be low? Because we don't have sufficient charges, okay, not equal charges. So but what happens in strong inversion? If here also say 900 charges comes, then it is strong inversion, right? Then it is strong inversion. At that time, for strong inversion, capacitance reaches again maximum. Correct. So in low frequency, we have moderate inversion and strong inversion. But in a high frequency, there is no inversion because charges they don't get time because of that high change, quick change in the voltage. So in the inversion mode, right? We have again the same formula, COX equals to epsilon OX by TOX. Correct. And there is one more equation written here, which is nothing but flat band condition. Right? What is that flat band condition? It occurs between accumulation and depletion condition. Right? So this is the CFB. Correct. This is the CFB. Means what? When there is neither accumulation nor depletion, it is in between. Okay. At that condition, we get one more capacitance formula, which is given by this. Okay, so basically we don't have the base. We don't have the base for this equation. You have to be remembering this. Flat band capacitance, it is given by epsilon OX by TOX plus this thing is common when you think of C minimum. Yes, this thing is common. So what is C minimum? C minimum is epsilon ox by TOX plus epsilon ox divided by epsilon s. Yes, up to this point it is very same, which is C minimum. But here, instead of this entire term, in C minimum we have something called as x dt, which is the thickness of the depletion width. Okay, width of the depletion region. But for flat band we don't have this x dt, but instead of that we have this. Okay, so this was the concept of low frequency and high frequency. Actually, I was supposed to cover this frequency effects on the graph. So again, the graph is mirror image. Okay, left hand side we had accumulation. It is done on the right hand side. This is depletion. This is moderate inversion, and above that we have strong inversion. Correct. So this is ideal low frequency capacitance. Low frequency. Okay, so what is this low frequency? In low frequency we know that the graph will rise up. In high frequency it will not rise up. Correct. Versus gate voltage of a MOS capacitor with n type substrate. Why it is mirror image? Because we are taking n type substrate. If you would have taken p type substrate, the graph would have been like this. Correct. Exactly the mirror image of this. Okay. So frequency effects we have studied. In accumulation, there is no problem. Capacitance is maximum. In depletion, it decreases. Capacitance decreases. And after depletion, for inversion, if we give high frequency signal, capacitance will not rise. If we give low frequency signal, capacitance will rise. And in between, we get moderate inversion here, and here we get strong inversion. This is what? Change in voltage. Which voltage? Gate voltage, VG. What is this? Y-axis, it is change in capacitance. So this graph is capacitance versus voltage graph. Understood? Anything if you have not understood, please tell me so that I can repeat it. Anything if you have not understood, please let me know. So you need to be remembering accumulation. Here comes depletion, right? Here comes depletion. Here comes inversion, correct? In inversion, again we have moderate inversion and strong inversion, correct? For high frequency, the capacitance remains at C minimum. So this is C minimum. Here somewhere it comes C flat band, which is between accumulation and depletion. Here comes COX, correct? Here comes COX, which is maximum, which is epsilon OX by TOX. Yes, any questions for me? You have questions or you don't have questions? Yes or no? Please reply. If people have questions, or tell me you have understood completely, yes or no? Others? Okay, very good. So we will be covering the construction of MOSFET. I think we have covered, right? I'll just repeat the construction also, and after that I'll cover the working of MOSFET in the next session, next lecture. So we are into the understanding level in Bloom's level taxonomy, and thank you all for joining. Thank you, one and all.